Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Monday. It's the day before CPI. Hope everyone had a great weekend. I'm tape reading this morning because it is the day before CPI, and I normally don't trade the day before CPI, but I'm okay tape reading. We'll take a look, and I love to tape read. I love being on the market. I love understanding where price action is going. I'm highly curious. So anyway, if you're along for the ride, that's awesome. This is for entertainment purposes only. And I am not a signal service. I'm an ICT student of 2 years, and yeah, so that's it. I'm here to be a better trader, and that's it. So, looking on the 1 hour from yesterday, if you guys saw my live stream, and I apologize for that. Oh my God, I really messed up my live stream yesterday. I taped on the wrong live stream and then I deleted it by accident and then I had to redo it. So anyway, it's there, and at the end of the live stream, there are some timestamps there, and I did 6 pro tips to the entry model, which is using power of three, and also I am recording a number of nuances that can happen when it comes to taking a trade and the different scenarios that can present themselves, which it's kind of nice to be prepared for the different scenarios because, when you're looking at a live market, uh, it it's never going to be as smooth or as easy as looking at an entry model on paper. There's always going to be nuances. The market's always going to do some things, and when you see them over and over and over again, you'll be prepared for them. So hopefully by the end of this week, I will have recorded 5 or 6 of the nuances that I tend to see on a regular basis and which you may see on a regular basis. Let me know if my mic is light up. Good morning. Morning, guys. It's 9:19, and it's been a pretty slow morning. London took out Asia low last night. It was a little bit of a trade. It wouldn't have been a crazy trade, although it was SMT on both sides. Hey, good morning, Lavere. How are you today? Lavere, do you ever look at London? Do you ever trade London? Just wondering if you saw London last night. There was a there was a potential trade there. It was okay. Uh, Manipulation occurred at 340. Don't know if you noticed that. Asia came down, London swept the low, uh, London came into this green busy area. This is the area that we have on our chart, just below the 4 hour high. But anyway, this is like the key area. And just based on the 2 hour, it would have been an okay trade. You know, with CPI tomorrow, it's not going to be insane, but we came down here. We had a nice SMT. I'll look on the 1 minute here. The SMT doesn't show anymore, but anyway, there was an SMT and there was a change in the state of delivery, a breaker block, and you know what? Even up to the breaker block, 654, price would have run, you know what? I mean, price would have run 150 points. That's not bad, right? The only thing is it did not take out previous day low. So here's previous day low. So it did tap into this key area. There was SMT. There was the all of the confluences for smart money reversal. And it would have just taken a little bit of time. Yeah, so by the time price moved up here, it would have been like 5:30. This was 3:40. Yeah, you would have been sitting in that for an hour and a half. Anyway, that's just, I noticed that overnight. Yeah, okay. You were sleeping. Yeah, I didn't get up for London last night. I usually don't trade London on a Sunday evening just because, you know, I want to give the market time to get set up. Now, when I'm looking at the 4 hour candle here, this was the 2 a.m. candle, so it came all the way down. Came all the way down to here. So it came up. So here's would have been the manipulation. Then price came down, swept here, and then candle hasn't really moved too far up. I mean, yeah, it's been more than 100 points, which isn't bad, but it's not going any further. So anyway, we'll see what happens at open. I'm tape reading today because I don't trade the day before CPI, but I'm okay to be on the charts for the first hour and a half anyway. I'll be right back. But I think I do. Is coffee a thing in South Africa? Like, does everybody need their coffee in the morning, or is there something else that's better to drink? Yeah, it was pretty straightforward. I do enjoy trading London because I do find it straightforward, especially when price manipulates after 2:30 for London, generally speaking. And I just find it's pretty straightforward. You know, once Asia higher low is taken, especially if price moves into even a 15-minute fair value gap. I'm just wondering here if price is going to come down and take maybe even retake London low or take the previous day low. I'm not sure price is going to do much today in advance of CPI, but anyway, we'll read it and see what happens. Three indices look to be about the same. They're all kind of in the same place on the 1 hour. YM took previous day low, and Q did not. And ES did take previous day low. So we do have a nice SMT on the 1 hour. Yeah, ES did take previous day low. So it's only NQ that did not take previous day low last night. I'll be right back. So on the higher time frame, I'm very bullish, and so I am looking for price to do a nice sweep. Again, I'm not looking for anything substantial today because it's the day before CPI, and everyone's going to wait for CPI to reveal itself before positioning themselves for the week. So anyway, let's keep an open mind. Crazy push up. This is my hourly, so this is the 4 hour. Holy cow. Look at this thing go. Yeah, YM is out of sync. Yeah, it is a crazy move. Again, that SMT originated from 340. That was the beginning of the move. So London came down, swept Asia, SMT on the daily. So we can see on ES we have an SMT and then a steady move up of London overnight, came back down, just swept the bottom of the last 90 minutes of, well, the last hour of the AM high. We swept that and then a move up. So let's see. See if it wants to take Asia high, maybe. Wonder, I'm just going to check and see if there was any addition to news. Nothing. Yeah, it's a big move up. This is the 1 hour SIBI. Let me just show you where this comes from. Price has just wicked the high of Friday. So last Friday's high, right at 25,986. Took Asia high. ES has not taken Asia high. Oh no, sorry, that was my 4 hour candles. No, we haven't taken Asia high yet. First presented fair value gap. ES is still moving up quite strongly. That would have been a nice push up from London this morning. Well, William's coming to the party. Previous day low. NQ has not taken previous day low. ES has taken previous day low. It's a huge fair value gap if it's going to retrace into here. That's on the 5 minutes. Yeah, super strong up. I just wonder if there was any news event, or it's just an anomaly today. I mean, I am very bullish, but the day before CPI, like I'm not expecting all that much. A lot of fair value gaps in here. I mean, price could come back down. Price could come back to this fair value gap, but it's tapped into this hourly BISI up here. Did not take Asia. Did not take Asia high. Previous day high, previous week high above that. So we'll see. We'll see what the 10 o'clock opens up. You know, we could just chop around in this kind of between this busy and even previous day low. We could kind of chop around in there today. It's nice just to wait for some structure, you know, to be built, just a framework. You know, right now there's no framework. There's nothing that interests me so far this morning. I think there's going to be a lot of great opportunities this week to trade. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday we have red folder news. So there's going to be 3 good days to trade. I want to see the market set up with a baseline, a foundation, and look forward to some good trades today or this week. I don't know why. Honestly, I had this like crazy dream last night that we had like a 400 point short. I don't know. So on the 4 hour here, we just have this. I mean, this 4 hour candle hasn't closed till 10 a.m. But hi, good morning, Sia. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that right. Siya, Sia, T-Shep, Sia. We had a big move up this morning, Sia, and this morning at I think it was it 3:20? We had London sweep Asia's low, sorry, 340. So right in the macro. We swept, London swept Asia's low, and we had a nice SMT. Price came into this daily BISI here and then moved up about 100 and let's see here, 632 to 762. So it was a kind of a slow grind up, like it was a couple hours, but yeah, I didn't take that trade. I didn't wake up last night. I like for London to get established after Monday. But anyway, and then price opened, we came down, we swept the AM, not quite. We swept the AM. We did have a nice SMT again, and then price just moved up pretty quickly. There's no red folder news today, but there could have been maybe like who knows, there could have been some Washington news or something. There could have been some Trump news or something. So now we're below Asia high, we're below previous day high. We're just taking a look at YM here. So YM has taken the previous day low, ES has taken the previous day low, and NQ has not taken the previous day low. So we do have an SMT in that regard. Making a push up again. So not even a pullback into first fair value gap. Yeah, with ES taking that previous day low and NQ not at 340. That might have been the move this morning, or a move anyway. So see, we've got CPI tomorrow. So Labir and I are just saying that, with 3 days of red folder news this week, there's going to be some good opportunities for trades. So starting with tomorrow. Sia, where are you from? What country? What country are you in? I know there's not even like really a good retracement or anything. Like it didn't even come back into the fair value gap. It's got all these bissies on the way up. So I'm just watching it go up. Curious to see what the 10 o'clock candle will present, but we may go for previous day high, maybe previous week high, Asia high. We'll see what happens there. So that's an immediate rebalance from the 1400 candle. So if you take the low of this wick to the high of this wick, let's just take a look at the low of this candle. So the low of this candle is 25,893. And so far the high of this is 25,912. So it's off by 25 cents. Is that beautiful or what? See what I mean? Right here. That's an immediate rebalance. That is algorithmic at its finest hour. Isn't that amazing? Oh, see, yeah, okay, awesome. You made it shorter. That's funny. Isn't that cool? This is what I love about algorithmic trading and watching the charts. Not just watching the charts, but actively tape reading, is when you get a candle that gives you two candles that give you immediate rebalance. So let's just see what the 10 o'clock candle does. You know, if it's showing weakness and it doesn't want to move up to Asia high, it could just chop around in here. But let's see. That is just like, I love that. That is precision, isn't it? Like that is really, really precision. Immediate rebalance. Could have a push up. We came down into this to this fair value gap. I think it's gonna push for at least Asia high, maybe previous day high. There's our 10 o'clock candle. This is interesting. So on the 1 hour, on NQ, we did not take out this high from Wednesday. So on Friday, we did not take out this high, but on ES, we did take out this high, giving us an SMT. We have a 1 hour SIBI right here that we are rejecting from. This is quite interesting for me. I'm just going to go back to the 2-minute. If that CB doesn't hold, it could be a mitigation block. Hey, Just USA. So we got the high into there. We have a change in the state of delivery. I'm being cautious because price was really bullish on the way up. High, low, higher, high. I'd want to see this broken. And I would want to see Asia. But again, that 1 hour is, it's interesting. See where we are? Right into this SIBI here. Right into this hourly SIBI. This is a change in the state of delivery. Nice SMTs, but we don't have an SMT at, we don't have an SMT here. Yes, we do. We do have an SMT off this high. it's bullish, and it will probably reach for Asia, maybe previous day high, but I'm just putting on my chart just some things in case we drop below change in the state of delivery. Because on the 1 hour, I like that mitigation block. Just go to the 1 hour. See where we are? We rejected off this 1 hour um, SIBI here. And we have nice SMT between Friday's high and this high. And here's the SMT. The 4 hour has opened up with a wick to the upside, and we had an immediate rebalance. An immediate rebalance between this high and this low. We'll see if this inverted fair value gap holds or not. This is when it would get interesting on the 30-second and the 15-second. Testing, testing. Yeah, there we go. Overall, like I'm still bullish. I'd still like to see it come up and take, Asia high. See, now we've got some price distortion in here. It's 10:11. That macro ends in a few minutes here, so we might continue just to see some distortion. Uh, kind of tease around a little bit, but let's see what the 1040 macro does. 1040 macro may push us up to see Asia high. And here on the 4 hour candle, we have price open, we went high, then we came low, and then we're right here. So we've got wicks on both sides, which is ambiguous. It's an ambiguous sign. Also, even though we have an SMT on this high here between ES and NQ, we also have SMT on the downside here. So that's ambiguous as well. So to me, again, Like, I'm not interested in anything right now. I think we're going to push for Asia. This might have been like the nice little bit of a pullback here. Could be a little bit of a pullback and then up to Asia. So this BISI here, or this inverted fair value gap, showing some support. Again, on the higher time frame, this 1 hour holding. I'm going to show you change the state of delivery right now. Do you know, are you able to take a screenshot? Let me show you right now, because I'm really like, to me, there's nothing imminent here. We're going to wait, or I'm going to wait to the next 1040. It's too ambiguous. We're too close to the Asia high. Like, to me, there's liquidity above here. So let me just show you change in the state of delivery, okay? One second. Okay. This is a diagram. Now this is from T Trades. This is not my diagram, but if I've learned a lot of technical analysis from T Trades, so it's TRADES. This is his diagram, so I want to give him credit for this because I'm going to use this to show you what change in the state of delivery means. So I think we all learned from ICT market structure shift, right? That's kind of what everyone is familiar with. So think of market structure shift and change in the state of delivery as being roughly the same thing, except that I find change in the state of delivery is exact. And usually change in the state of delivery shows itself before market structure shift. So I've been using change in the state of delivery for a long time. So let's look at the first example here. So consider this line here, this line up here at an important level. So think of it as like what we just looked at right here, okay? Right here. So price comes up, it drops down, and then pushes up into this important level. And then the next candle takes out this high and possibly forms an SMT. We don't know from this diagram, but let's just say we purge some liquidity here. Price starts to drop and we see some nice displacement down. We see some very nice black candles moving down. Now, where is the change in the state of delivery? The change in the state of delivery, so take your highest candle. So this black candle here with this wick, that's our high, right? So go to the left and take the series, one green candle or the series of green candles that was the last push up that pushed this candle to its highest. And that's where you draw your change in the state of delivery. Now, if we were doing market structure shift, our change in the state of delivery might be below this black candle. Some people might even take the change in the state of delivery down here at the swing low. But you can see how this change in the state of delivery it's pretty precise, right? So that's a bearish example. Let's take a bullish example. So down here we have an important level. So this would be a point of interest. just like this morning at 3:40, London came and swept Asia. So let's just pretend here that we had a sweep of Asia, okay? So price comes down, price comes back up, price comes down again. So we've got a breaker block. And the lowest candle is this green candle. We got a green candle with a wick on it. So candle sweeps below, purges liquidity, or sweeps liquidity, however you want to, whatever phrase you want to use, and starts to move up with force, with volatility, with some good strong candles here. So to find the change in the state of delivery, all we do is we take the lowest candle, go to the left, and take the last down closed black candle or series of black closed candles, okay, because it could be 2 or 3 candles, and above it is your change in the state of delivery. So let's just, I don't think I can put anything on here, but maybe I can. Well, give me a second here. So let's just take this, and we can see that here we have a SIBI, right? So we've got our, sorry, inverted fair value gap. We've got the change in the state of delivery, and right here is our entry. Right here, either on here or just above the change in the state of delivery, this green candle here. Okay, so that is what the change in the state of delivery is. You can make a screenshot of that. Also, if you want a little more explanation, go to T Trades. So TRADES. I'll put the name up right here. T Trades. Now, let's put another T in there. T Trades. Now, I love this YouTuber. He's a good trader, but he does technicals. So if you're ever curious about a technical, like whether it's a breaker block or a mitigation block, like whatever technical thing that you need some more experience with or just detail on, go to T Trades. And what he does is for everything that he explains, you can download his PDF file. So for the things that you're still learning, some ICT concepts or whatever, you can download this and just put it on your um, I guess your computer, or print it or keep it handy or whatever. But anyway, this is the change in the state of delivery. So let's just take a look at this morning. Like let's go to 340 right here. So we can see at 340, here's London. Let me just show you London. See this blue box here? This is Asia. See the little word here that says Asia? This blue box is Asia. When London opened, and here's London open, London came up and moved down into this BISI. This is a main level. We took out Asia here, but we did not take out Asia on ES. So we had a nice SMT. So let's find the change in the state of delivery and the smart money reversal entry pattern. So 340. So number one, we have time. We're always looking for time, right? So we've got time on our side. We've got this low. I'm going to make this as big as I can. We have a green candle that made the low here. So let's find the change in the state of delivery. We go to the series of candles that move down. So it's never clean when price is moving, right? So we have to just kind of like use some good common sense. Now, you could use the high of this black down close candle. So you could have your change in the state of delivery right here. Change in the state of delivery. Make this a bit bigger. To be super, super safe, you could have the change of state of delivery here on this black candle, but it's up to you. And you have to do your back testing and forward testing, and you have to decide which one you would take, okay? So this is where your journaling comes in handy. But let's, for the sake of it, let's use the first black candle. So I'm going to use that, the change in the state of delivery. Now we're looking for our inverted fair value gap, which is right here. We have a beautiful inverted fair value gap here. We've got a breaker. We've got a low, high, lower low, higher high. As soon as price comes into, I really like this SIBI. You could have entered here on this SIBI. You got your change in the state of delivery, you got your breaker, you've got price tapping into a major level, and you've got an SMT. I mean, you've got all the elements of a smart money reversal here. So this is how the change in this is how the change in the state of delivery works. So it's just slightly different than a market structure shift. And the change in the state of delivery comes a little bit earlier, generally speaking, than a market structure shift. Everybody's going to have their own little spin on things. For change in the state of delivery, I don't use the wick. I use the body of the candle. I prefer that. And so that's just my preference. Anyway, there's our change in the state of delivery from 340 this morning. So you got time, you got breaker block, you got inverted fair value gap, two of them. You got here's the fair value gap right here into a major level. Here's the fair value gap, busy, all the elements, and then it moved. Let's just see here. Let's just say we took the trade at the top of this inverted fair value gap. So this was 675. Let's say we exited even here. So 675. This was 762. It was 87 points. It is a little slower moving, but you know what? There's almost a 100-point run there. It's not bad, right? Anyway, hope that helps. I've always really I've utilized T-trades a lot for any technical explanation. I think he also gives a good explanation on manipulation. I can't remember what his little lecture is on manipulation, but if you're still trying to figure out how to find that manipulation or just, you want to hear someone else's explanation on it, I just find his site really pretty good. Like really good actually. He's very technical. So here we are. It looks like we're going to push up here. See if we get to Asia high. Yeah, no problem, just USA. We still have YM a little bit at odds here. A little bit at odds here with ES and NQ. A lot of wicking back and forth. Yeah, a lot of up and down, up and down, up and down. It's the day before CPI, right? So this is why I just say, you know what, let's just tape read. Let's just ease into the week, let the week build some structure, uh, let the market show us what it wants to do because we've got 3 days of red folder news. There's going to be lots of opportunity for some nice trade setup. I'm only looking for 2 to 3 nice trades. I think in the past 6 days, just with 3 trades, I've taken 550 points out of the market. So, this over trading, I used to be guilty of it, Mike, honestly. I think we're all in the beginning or, at some point in our journey, we're still experimenting and trying to find our model, and you're excited and you're taking just more trades than you should. And as soon as I was break even. um I was break even for 10 months and it was driving me crazy. Like for me it was like purgatory to be break even for 10 months. This was like a little over a year ago, and I had to break down literally everything that I was doing in trading to figure out why I couldn't exit that cycle. And it just came down to like just like a couple things. One, it came down to perfecting my model, which I have. And then after that, it was just stop the over trading, right? Like there is no need to trade every day. There is no need to trade more than one session. If I get a good trade in London, I'm not trading New York, right? So I just don't overtrade anymore. For me, I want to find 2 to 3 really good setups from the hourly levels. And when we trade from the hourly levels, I just find that the runs are much longer, right? Like when you're waiting for a setup off of an hourly level, it's going to be it tends to be a good run. 60, 80, 100, 200, 250 points. And so for me, the Monday, the market starts to get set up. I'm bullish. Uh, let's just see how far price wants to expand down to sweep out. It's going to engineer liquidity, right? It's going to engineer liquidity Sunday night, Monday. All of this has been engineered, right? All of this has been engineered here. And we came and took it out at 2 a.m. So it's just beautiful how it works. And once you start to see the manipulation, because I've been trading manipulation, AMD accumulation, manipulation, distribution. As soon as you start to see that manipulation happen, it's like you can't unsee it. Like it just becomes really obvious where smart money wants to go. And once that sets up and they invite you to the party, those runs are beautiful. Hey, Mark Anthony, 6:30, that 1026 candle. 1026 candle. Well, it's all ugly, right? It's 10:30, so we're not in a macro. We haven't taken Asia high. We have all these little itty bitty tiny candles with wicks to the top, wicks to the bottom, and we have a 4-hour candle that is a equal size, equal length wicks to the top and bottom. It's a doji. And doji candles tell us that it's indecision. And the fact that it's on a 4-hour candle, that it's indecision. It's not surprising for the day before CPI, right? So this is of no interest to me. Now, again, you guys do you. Everyone's got their own, I'm tape reading for entertainment purposes only. I'm not an expert. I'm an ICT student. And, don't trade what I trade. And I don't encourage anybody to trade because it's high risk, you lose money. And I don't recommend anybody trade. So that's my spiel. Just going back to that 1 hour. See, on the 1 hour here, this doji candle. This is the 10 o'clock. This is the 10 o'clock candle. It is holding inside this, what could be a mitigation block. Okay, and what does that mean? It means that price pushed up, it came down, and it's repriced into this SIBI. So if price is weak and it doesn't want to move up, it doesn't want to take previous day high, it could find resistance in this SIBI. So this is what interests me right here. Change in the state of delivery is, so here's the 1 hour. This is could potentially not hold and be a mitigation block. That's the only thing that's of interest to me right now. We could move the SIBI, or sorry, the change in the state of delivery to here. Why? Because this is, the green candle here is the highest candle. So we go back and we look for the candle or series of candles that was pushing this series of green candles up. So this is the green candle. Again, it has a wick above and below. It's fine. Change in the state of delivery. High, low, higher, high. If we get below here, we've got a breaker block. It's 10:33. We're not in the macro yet. And we do have an SMT. Yes. It's a potential. We've swept this high on the 4 hour. YM, ES, and NQ all seem to be in sync. We do have an SMT on the bottom as well, which I don't like having an SMT above and below. Again, this 4 hour candle here is a doji. That's the breaker. And the breaker, you take your high and your low. That's your bearish breaker. You don't like it, Lavier? Yeah, it's too enticing to take this Asia high here. Like prices come all the way up. I just happen to like the setup on the 1 hour. This is mitigation. It could come down and retrace to the first fair value gap and then continue higher to at least take Asia previous day high. The other thing, and I don't know if you guys notice, I don't because I don't know if you trade time cycles. Let me just move all this stuff over here for a second, show you. This is the AM 90-minute time cycle. Our AM3 time cycle, the third one and the last one, has taken out the high of AM2 with an SMT. So this is a previous cycle high. So I'm just pointing that out. But we've got SMTs to the top and to the bottom, and that's again, it's an ambiguous. Well, who knows I mean, it's a good point, Livier. I don't know either, but I'm trying to be subjective here and point out, just basically tape read what I see here. The 4 hour candle has taken out the high of the 6 a.m. candle. We could see a pullback to the fair value gap when that 10:45 macro starts, which is like 5 minutes. We tapped into the new week opening gap, just right below Asia. We just tapped into it. I like this 1 hour mitigation block, I gotta say. That higher time frame for me. Well, on the upper, we've got a 90-minute SMT. with YM and ES, and on the bottom we have like a 30-minute. So the higher time frame SMT is always going to be stronger, and the SMT at the top of the swing high is the SMT that we want to pay attention to. Inside the range, you can get all these little tiny SMTs, but it's the one at the swing high or the one at the swing low that carries the most weight. I'm just going to do a very small position. And I'm just going to go just above the change in the state of delivery. Again, don't copy my trades because you got to do you. it's pretty messy. Yeah, I think this is, I don't know. It's pretty messy. I don't want to see it go above the change in the state of delivery. To your point, the beer, this SMT on the downside might be preventing price from moving down. Oh, okay. Yeah, it could be like I'm looking at the previous cycle. So these gray boxes here, I would be looking at 719, 25719. Or it could even just be the fair value gap. Anyway, right now it doesn't look like it's going anywhere. So I don't want to move above the change in the state of delivery. And this is the candle open. That's gonna get stop me out, maybe. Yeah, stopped out. So it's just sort of a garbagey, like nothing really clear, nothing really moving, and still having this Asia high and previous day high above here. So yeah, so that's it for me. It was a bit of a I won't say throwaway trade, but it's a bit of garbage. But I still like on the higher time frame this this SIBI here. So stop loss would have to be above 926. 926 right here. Hey, Babu. Thanks, Babu. So it's 10:56. It's a bit of a chop fest. Let's just clean up this chart a little bit here. It's still a doji candle on the 4 hour. Not unexpected for Monday before CPI. It's snowing like crazy here again. I have to go out later, so I'm just keeping an eye on how much snow we're getting today. Everything looking bullish here. Yep. Again, on the 1 hour, the SIBI is holding wick to the bottom, wick to the top. Yeah, I think we might push for this previous day high. And there it goes. 1059. See if it goes up into this new week opening gap and then take Asia. The SIBI might hold. Anyway, if it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not taking any other trades today. There are better trades. There are better days to trade coming with nice, clear direction. Yeah, very wiki still. Well, a lot of price consolidation and just a real mess, basically. It's another nice day for the use of the fair value gap, so price moved up, came back, retested fair value gap, and then just moved up. So guys, I'm going to be out at 11:15. That's when this macro ends, and I am pretty much done. I'm going to get on with my day, and then just be ready for tomorrow CPI, just to kind of see where things may go tomorrow. We may have a real push up into, who knows, maybe into this previous month high, maybe into this possible mitigation block. Should be interesting. Should be interesting. We have this daily SMT, but just because it's on the higher time frame doesn't mean we're going lower anytime soon. It's just something to take note of. Um, so let's see if we come back and take some of this liquidity between this afternoon and tonight, and then see what CPI does tomorrow if it comes down lower before moving higher, or if we stay above this daily here, in which case price continues to be bullish. That's about all we've got today. Not terribly shocking. The London move would have been a nice move this morning at 340. So okay, guys, well, you have an awesome day, and rest up for the rest of this week because I think there's going to be some good opportunities for some trading. So you guys have an awesome, awesome day, and I will see you next time. So we'll see you tomorrow at 9:15. Bye for now.